Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Release the need to be right. Whenever you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. The Dow finished up 70, NASDAQ up 45, S&P's up 13. Gold contract up $1.30, trading at $1,272 an ounce. Silver down 25 cents at $20.52 an ounce. Platinum down $3 at $1,430 an ounce. Copper down 7 pennies at $3.15 a pound. Light sweet crude up 74 cents, trading out at $93.78 a barrel. Bonds up 10 ticks at 31.26. King dollar down 262 ticks, trading out at 80.99. The euro up 24 at 134, and the yen down 22, trading at 99.42. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. I tell you, we get divergence, we have deviance, we have all of that in the marketplace. But guess what? S&Ps closed up $12, 1780. You're over all the highs of the last 2 weeks, and that means you can get into higher price. We did volume of 666 million. Yeah, light volume, no doubt. We go take a look at the SPYs, and what you'll see with the SPY, the SPY, is this. SPY had 92 million shares. She closes above all the highs that were out there. Versus 157, but guess what? Bottom line, you don't have an ABC structure on the way up, but you absolutely have higher highs. Dow Industrials. So what you have with the Dow gets to a new high out here, closes at a new high. She's up $70. We did, we're at 15,821. NASDAQ Composite, which was weak. Between the NASDAQ and the Russell, those are the weaker indices. Bottom line, NASDAQ at 45 points behind her today. She's at 3965.57. Guess what? She's going to whack that high tomorrow morning. You're only talking about 3966. So you're right at the highs. Small caps did the same thing, and that was wide price spread today, folks. It's not accelerated volume, but it had the price spread behind the move. Russell 2000. What do you have with the Russell 2000? Same setup in the Russell. Russell is at 1112. The high out there for the Russell is 1123. So the Russell has a little bit more to go, but the Russell also had that wide price spread. Volume wasn't in the move. If we take a look at the 3Qs, what you're going to see is this. The 3Qs, we did 29 million shares out here. That was overtaking the 52 million on the way down, overtaking the last high out here, which had 36 million. Well, actually, yeah, she overtook it. 83.26. Right now we're at 83.54. Yeah, I think let me just see something. 83. Yeah, the Qs are at highs. That means, hey, guess what? You can get into higher price. Now, that is after, folks, okay, intraday. Well, here, let me go through the rest of the markets, folks. Gold contract. What we do with the gold out here, this is what you have with gold. Gold is trading right now at $12.72. And what gold did do is, yes, what you had yesterday we get down to 1260.50. The number that I'd like it to get inside of, it's not bad where it is, but another buck would be great because it's 1273.70. That was the huge sign of strength that we had after making the bottom on October 15th. You had wide price spread, accelerated volume, all of the above. I do expect she was inside there today. She got to 1279, couldn't hold that. I do expect you're going to see that get held. Bond market. We have with the bond market is this. Bonds went up 11 ticks today. Got 30-year bond is at 131.26. And what that did do is that went back inside the larger range. Not the high range, but larger range in the context of how we came down hard on November 8th. It's back inside that area. We go take a look at the 10-year bond. What the 10-year did out here is this. 10-year was up 13 ticks, TYZ 3. And what the 10-year had is this. She did 789,000 contracts, and the 10-year even yesterday was set up better, folks. Bottom line, this 10-year is right back into where the downdraft had occurred. All the 10-year did do was go back to the highs of September 18th. The high of September 18th, folks, had been 125.29. It had got down to 125.23. It had actually closed yesterday at the 125.29. It got back inside the range. That's saying that bonds also want higher price. King dollar. Let's go look at King dollar. So King dollar takes a breather out here today, pulls back with 18,000 contracts. And in the context of pulling back with 18,000 contracts, that is, I suspect, going to probably pull back to the 80.52. That's where the B point took out the ABC structure of the way up, and we were talking about that yesterday, that I suspect that it's going to be a complex ABC structure on the way up. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Now, in the context of what we had out here today, I'll tell you, it's intense in the way that this market just refuses to go down. The reason I'm saying that is that this morning you had, well, here, I'll start over in Asia, and you'll see the whole ball of wax. What we had with Asia last night is this. Hang Seng was down 1.9%. Most of Asia was down about 1.9 to 2.5%. The FTSE in London, what did the FTSE in London do? FTSE was down 96 bucks. Refused to basically come back even as our market started crawling back this morning. Bottom line, the FTSE has shown that it, number one, can't make its high out there at 68.75. The DAX in Germany, if we take a look at the DAX, what you had happening with the DAX in Germany is DAX basically was a flat market today, came down into the swing point from a couple days ago, pulled back a little. It did have more volume on the way down, and the bottom line is that our markets were down. They just refused to stay down. Inside the Dow Industrials, which was putting juice inside the Dow Industrials, this is what you had. You had Microsoft. That was up 80 cents today. Home Depot was up $1.42. You had Disney. That's a counter trend bounce on Disney. That was up $1.20. And you had Pfizer. If we go and we take a look at Home Depot for a second, see what's happening with Home Depot. Okay, so she's still in a consolidation. Home Depot's still in that consolidation, no doubt. So that was putting juice into the Dow Industrials. Taking it out, you had DuPont was down 66 cents. Merck was off 25. Verizon was down 17, and Marvell was off 10. Inside the NASDAQ composite, what we had with the composite is this. There she goes. Come on, baby. Okay. So, oh, this gets interesting. Look at this. So, Zoom. Interesting. Zoom Technologies, that's a $4 stock. This is interesting, just inside the NASDAQ composite. I'm going to do the composite has a lot of stocks. Composite has 2,471 stocks, and most the actual stocks that went up, you actually probably won't even recognize them. No, you will. I'm just saying that had the highest weighting acceleration on the way up. Inside the NDX 100, however, that was up 40 bucks. This is what you had. Facebook was up 211. These are the leaders. Sears Hold'em was up 222. I'm going to go back to that. Akamai was up $1.42. Yahoo was up $1. Taken away from it, you had Citrix, CTXS, that was down 293. REGN was down 969. Wrangle Resources was off $1. And Fastenal was off 49 cents. You can see on the takeaway in the NASDAQ 100 this is, no doubt, when you take a look at the largest loser was Citrix, and that was still only down 5%. You go to REGN next, and that was only that was only 3%. And then when you hit Wrangle, bottom line, it was only down $1. So what we no doubt have out here, it looks like, hey, we'll see whether another leg is going to develop. What we did have just about coming into 20 you had a last engulfing. That's how this is set up right now, okay? I would have rather see it close at the highs, not over the highs. A last engulfing, folks, is when you start lower, highs and at the high, and then we'll see whether the correlation with it's a 2-day symbol. What would happen is that it closed below it tomorrow. We'll come right